Every Brawl Stars player has a brawler they just can't stand. That one character who makes you want to just leave the match. The one who, after losing to them, makes you sit there thinking, yo, of course it's that brawler again. And the most interesting thing is that sometimes it's not even about how strong the character is. Some brawlers are just so frustratingly annoying that players absolutely hate them, no matter if they're strong or weak. Now, I'm going to show you the 5 specific brawlers that players hate the most. And no, this isn't a ranking of the strongest brawlers. This is a ranking of the most infuriating ones. So make sure to watch this video until the very end, because I think the first place is absolutely deserved. Well, for 5th place, I don't think anyone will be surprised, but it's Edgar, because this guy has consistently remained one of the most hated brawlers in the game for several years now. And do you know why? Because it's simply impossible to feel at ease against him, even if Edgar isn't nearby, even if you can't see him. Even if it's already been about half a minute since the match started, you still keep thinking, so where's Edgar? Because at any moment, he can just jump out of the bushes and show up right in front of you like a little surprise. Just like that, hello there. And I think, in particular, long-range players hate him the most. So, for example, you're playing as Mandy, standing in your position, landing every shot, almost have your supercharge, controlling the whole map, and no one dares come near you. And then suddenly Edgar swoops in, and a second later you're already back in the lobby. And the most incredibly hilarious thing about the whole situation is, well, it's not even his sneaky ability, let's put it that way. It's the actual players who choose to play as him. They just don't seem to have any sense of balance whatsoever. Either they jump right into a team and completely wipe out every single member of the opposing team, or they make a bad jump and just disappear even faster than you can even blink. But even despite that fact, every time the enemy team picks Edgar, for me personally, my entire mood just starts to sink and gets quite a bit worse. I've put Bibi in 4th place. At first glance, Bibi seems completely harmless. Seriously? I mean, she's just a girl with a bat and some gum. What could possibly be annoying about her? But then the match starts, and within a minute you understand absolutely everything. The most annoying thing about Bibi is her knockback. You almost reach her, almost deal damage, almost win, but she just hits you once and you get knocked back. You go forward again, take another hit and get sent flying back again. Sometimes it feels like a match against Bibi consists of just 2 actions. Approach, get knocked back, approach, get knocked back. Tanks suffer from her the most because all they try to do is close the distance. But Bibi constantly ruins their plans. And then there's her this huge ball that can fly around the map forever. You've already forgotten about it, you're in another shootout fighting other opponents, and suddenly this ball comes back and for some reason finishes you off. And it always feels like it specifically targets you, especially when you're low on HP. All in all, it really annoys me a lot. I've put Lumi in 3rd place. Lumi is one of those brawlers who make players angry literally from the very first seconds of the match. When you see her on the enemy team, you immediately know today is going to be tough. The biggest problem with Lumi is that she constantly puts on pressure. She doesn't let you relax, doesn't let you take a position calmly, doesn't let you play the map properly. Every time she appears, the whole team has to change what they're doing. That's exactly why many players find her incredibly annoying, especially in the hands of a skilled player. Because a highly skilled Lumi player turns any match into a formidable challenge. You seem to be doing everything exactly right, hiding effectively, dodging skillfully, and playing very carefully, but you still somehow end up losing. The most frustrating part of the experience happens when you think Lumi has already lost the shootout. She has low health, she's almost defeated, you're sure of your victory, and suddenly the situation changes dramatically, and it's you who ends up respawning. It's moments like these that make players hate this fighter. And in 2nd place, I put Mandy. If there were an award for the most frustrating kills in Brawl Stars, I think Mandy would definitely take 1st place. Because no one likes dying to an opponent who's all the way on the other side of the map. Imagine this situation. You're carrying 10 gems and just a few seconds remain until victory. The team is already celebrating and suddenly Mandy's beam appears, coming at you as if from another universe. You lose all your gems, you lose the win, and your mood is ruined. And the scariest part is that sometimes Mandy isn't even aiming. She just fires randomly across the whole map and somehow, incredibly, hits you specifically. After something like that, you don't even want to keep playing. You just want to watch the replay to make sure it actually happened. And many players also hate her because against a good Mandy, it's almost impossible to peek out from behind walls. One wrong move and you've already lost half your health. So it's no surprise that a huge number of players consider her one of the most annoying snipers in the game. And in the very first place, we have a formidable fighter that many players now consider to be an absolute nightmare. And that's Starr Nova. But why her exactly? Because it's impossible to feel in control of the match against her. She constantly forces you to keep moving, to keep changing your position, to keep thinking about where she might be. Some fighters are annoying because of certain abilities, others because of their high damage. But Starr Nova is irritating simply by being present in the match. Because as soon as she appears on the map, the entire game starts to revolve around her. You have to change your route, change your tactics, change your position. And even then, there's no guarantee that it will help. Many players admit that losing to Starr Nova feels much more frustrating than losing to most other fighters because it often seems like there was nothing you could do. It's precisely this feeling of helplessness that makes her so hated by many players. That's why she takes first place today. And of course, we certainly cannot afford to overlook Damien. This fighter appeared relatively recently but has already managed to ignite a huge amount of intense controversy. Some consider him to be perfectly normal, while others are convinced that he is actually incredibly annoying. But one thing is certain, the more often players encounter him in matches, the more discussions arise around him. So it's quite possible that in the future he might end up even higher than some of the participants on this list. Well, that's the list I've come up with. If you disagree with anything, you can write about it in the comments. Or let us know who annoys you the most and who you would put in your own ranking. That's it. And be sure to subscribe to our Telegram channel, leave a like, and see you next time.